by far the most important thing is talk to the athlete, the vision impaired athlete. And that's obviously the same for anybody you're guiding, is talk to them about what their needs are. Because we have a lot of different visually impaired athletes who have different vision capabilities, some with no vision at all, some with a little bit of vision, some want to be tethered and some don't need to be tethered to you. So as with anything, the first thing you got to do is communicate well with the visually impaired athlete. So we find out what their needs are. If they want to be tethered to you, which is usually a elasticized band that comes around both of your wrists, and you're just going to be on the side of them. Again, find out, just talk to them a little bit about which side they want you to be on, or any of that kind of stuff. And usually it's, the athlete always wants the guy to be on the same side. If there's more than one guy, do they want you one on the left, one on the right, one in front, depending, because sometimes some athletes can see a little bit in front of them, but not to the side. Sometimes they can see a little bit of the side and not in front. So, but almost always it's telling them what's ahead, and when there's turns coming up, being aware of potholes or sewers, and especially other runners who are either, we've been all in races, suddenly somebody just starts walking in the middle of the race, somebody's running, also just goes into a walk to catch their breath to rest or whatever. So it's constantly like, communicating, saying, okay, there's a turn coming up, you might say hard right turn, 30 or 40 yards up, so they can be ready for that. Hard left turn, soft turn, any of that. So just kind of constantly communicating. If there's something that quickly needs to change, or suddenly somebody stops right in front of you, you're just gonna have to tell them, somebody stopped, or move quickly left. And just being aware. With many times there's going to be a second guide also, but not always. So just kind of communicating with the athlete, getting a feel for what their needs are.
I would, a couple of things. One, I would reinforce the notion of communication, right? So as a guide, the first thing to understand is what is your athlete's objectives and capabilities, right? So you gotta understand pacing and what they can see and what they can't see. And you really want to, you want to talk about that, because it's not, it can vary a great deal, and it'll affect what your role and responsibilities are as a guide, right? I've run with people who want me next to them. I've run with people who want me in front of them. I've run with people who want me slightly ahead and to the left, because of what they can and can't see, what their fields of vision are. And that also speaks to what you need to communicate with them about while you're running, right? I mean, so that's the primary thing, right? Is understanding what their vision capabilities are and what information they need to primarily safely navigate the course. And I want to bring that word safely into this discussion, because while it's a race and there's usually times involved and goals that athletes might have about times, the primary responsibility as a guide is safety. I think, this is an opinion now, safety of the athlete that I'm guiding and of the other athletes in the race. I'm a long-time runner. I have been running for decades without guiding people. I'm just running along, minding my own business, having a race for the most part as a runner. And I'm not always acutely aware that, somebody's coming up on me, or I'm coming up on somebody who's got anything going on besides just going out for a run, right? So as a guide, primary responsibility is safety for your athlete, which means communicating, understanding their issues, and communicating to people around you as you're navigating the course for the safety of the athlete you're guiding and for the safety of the other people in the race who are just out enjoying the race. Does that make sense? So and that implies a courteousness about your role as a guide, particularly when you're asking people to get out of your way or advising people that you're coming up on them, or trying to move from one side of the road to the other side of the road, and you gotta ask, you know? So, for the most part, runners are really great about all this stuff, and as soon as they become aware of your presence, they'll move appropriately, but earbuds and being in a zone sometimes, you know, requires that you get their attention. Just try to be as courteous about